Good morning. This is Jim Whitehead of All Power Group in Phoenix Animal. Thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. We love being here too. Anyway, let's talk about the animals in Newfoundland. Now, I never got to Newfoundland, but I was very, very close up in Canada and Prince Edward Island. If we hadn't found so many nice things in Nova Scotia and, in this case, Prince Edward Island, we would have ended up years ago. I'm talking when I was in my 20s. We were going to go to Newfoundland. But, like with anything, distances and water and ferries, sometimes it's not as easy as you think it is or as fast. So we get to Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, but Newfoundland is a little further north and a little bit further east. But that's not, exact, but they have some pretty cool animals. Some of them, yes, you will recognize them and say, "Oh, come on, Jim, we see animals, the same animals here and there." Well, I'm glad we do, to be honest. Anyway, let's get going. Newfoundland, an island off the east coast of Canada, has a unique and rich ecosystem. I look over to my right every once in a while just to make sure it appears that I'm recording correctly. Anyway, it has a unique ecosystem. The island is known for a variety of animals, both domesticated and wild, that play a significant role in its culture, history, and environment. Anyway, let's talk about some of these cool animals. All right, let's start off with, and this is appropriately named, the Newfoundland Dog. It'd be like, do we have Florida dogs? Anyway, I guess you got a great land if they name a dog after you. So anyway, Newfoundland Dog, one of the most famous animals associated with Newfoundland, is the Newfoundland Dog, known for their large size, you think? And and if you don't love animals, or in some cases, when anybody that's kind of like a little leery about dogs or any animal, and they see a big dog like this Newfoundland Dog, people get afraid because they think because the dog is big, they're not nice and great. Well, believe it or not, first of all, there's very few not nice dogs, unless you train them to be not nice. And just as a little aside, and here we go, I know, when they talk about pit bulls, everyone wants to say, "Oh my God, they're terrible. They attack people. They, whatever." I've always said pit bulls are unfortunately trained sometimes to be aggressive. And they don't have to be. So anyway, just saying that, the Newfoundland Dog, because he or she is big, doesn't mean anything bad at all. And it even says their large size, and gentle temperament. These dogs were originally bred for working alongside fishermen. And, all through my creation here, we know how wonderful animals will learn almost anything. And that could either be bad or good or bad, but please don't train your dog to do something bad. But they And I know this Newfoundland dog would say, "Hey, Dad, are we going out on the fishing boat today? I'm going to help you." So, they're always there for you. Anyway, they work right alongside fishermen. They are excellent swimmers. And I know you're saying, "Whoa, that's a big swimmer." And were often used in water rescues. Oh, does that fit right into my whole plan here? Anyway, their webbed feet. Now, see, I didn't know that. Thick coats, you can see that, and natural life-saving instincts make them ideal for cold, rough seas. God bless them. Without even training them, they they might save you. Wow, that is cool. Okay, the next one. Another famous, beautiful dog is the Labrador Retriever. Although the name suggests the dog is from Labrador, the mainland part of the province, the Labrador Retriever has strong ties to Newfoundland. These dogs were originally bred from St. John's water dog, which was native to the island. And they share a history of similar to the Newfoundland. Now, Labradors are just wonderful. And I know you're going to say, "Jim, do you ever say a dog or animal isn't wonderful?" I know. Can't teach old dogs new tricks sometimes, but they excel, just like the Newfoundland dog, in water and as working dogs. And I've mentioned this before in my presentation. I worked out on Block Island, Rhode Island. It's a island 13 miles off the coast of Rhode Island where I actually grew up. And I still remember every time, 'cause I worked at a marina. So every time I'd be walking out to the dock where the boats were, because I would do anything, the boat customers needed to have done. And there was a Labrador that every day, as I'm walking out the dock that's going, he would be, or she, I'm not sure if it was a he or she, would right be to the right, standing in the water, up to its chest pretty much. And that's what it did. I mean, I don't mean it wasn't trained to do other things. It could have been. But that's just where the dog said, "This is what I do every day. I go in and stand in the water." So, wonderful, wonderful animals. And again, working dogs. That means they work just like some of us, right? Okay. Then we move on to a moose. Moose are not native to Newfoundland, but were introduced in the early 1900s and have since thrived. Today, the moose population on the island is significant, and they can be found in forest, marshy areas. Moose hunting is a popular activity, and the animals are an important part of the island's economy and ecosystem. I don't think I probably have to tell you that I am totally, from my whole life, my inner being, unless I had no food, I don't hunt anybody. And, you feel bad that this is like a sport. Well, go do a sport somewhere else. Don't go after animals. But anyway. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about, and these are all beautiful animals. And the environment is beautiful up there. We always worry about any habitat loss and or phenomenal large temperature changes. Anyway, the caribou are one of the few native large mammals in Newfoundland. The island is a home to the Woodland Caribou, a species well adapted to the cold northern climate. You know, and when you get used to Florida, I'm not saying you're sitting there saying, whoa, I want to move to Newfoundland, because then the whole emphasis of everything flips. You have much more cold. The summers are short. You know, I wouldn't say that I probably wouldn't like it, but, you know, I got to admit, I've been in Florida since 1978, so it is what I'm used to. They can be seen roaming in more remote, less developed areas of the island. I don't blame them. You know, if we've got hundreds out there, hide. Okay, moving on to seals. The waters surrounding Newfoundland are home to several species of seals, including, as you see pictured, the harp seal. And here we go again. Seal hunting was historically an important industry in Newfoundland, and while controversial today, it remains a part of the island's history and culture. You know, again, do you really need to hunt these wonderful animals? I don't think so. And again, I don't have a problem with a hunter hunting if they need food, and they're going to starve if they don't. But other than that, I don't see anything that's exciting about this when you're hunting. Seals are commonly spotted along the coasts, as you would expect. Okay. I couldn't find a good picture of the Atlantic puffin. Anyway, this is a representation of this very pretty bird. The Atlantic puffin is a provincial bird of Newfoundland and Labrador. These small, colorful seabirds are known for their distinctive beaks and charming appearance. How could you not think they're charming and beautiful, even in a picture? But this is a good representation of what they look like. Newfoundland is one of the best places in North America to see puffins, particularly during the breeding season. Okay, you know, I did the Rockies, might have been yesterday or the day before. You know, one day it kind of blends into the other, but we were certainly very happy to have in the Rockies our bald eagles. So anyway, bald eagles are frequently spotted along the coastlines of Newfoundland. These majestic birds thrive in the island's rich ecosystem, which provides plenty of fish, small mammals for them to hunt. And again, you wouldn't say, oh, I wish I could get bald eagles that don't hunt. Well, they won't live if they don't. So we understand that and know that that's what they need to do. Okay, now let's talk about whales. And this one pictured is an orca, and they have a bunch of them, and I'll be telling you in a second. The waters around Newfoundland are also famous for whale watching. Now, I did some whale watching off the coast of Maine. It is great. And most often you're going to be fortunate, and you're going to have, you're going to see whales. Anyway, species like the humpback whale, the minke whale, or the minke whale, and orca can often be seen migrating near the coast. Newfoundland's waters are rich with fish, making it a prime location for marine mammals. Okay, these are just beautiful animals. This is the snowshoe hare. The snowshoe hare is a common animal in Newfoundland Newfoundland's forests. It is well adapted to the cold and snowy conditions of the island, and its large hind feet help it move across the snow with ease. Okay, getting down to the last one here, another beautiful animal. This is the Arctic fox. Although rare, Arctic foxes are occasionally seen in the northernmost parts of Newfoundland. These animals are adapted to extreme cold, you can tell, and I'm sure they have winter coats and summer coats, even though the summer's not really very warm there, but a little bit. And I know the other thing that happens, because you're getting close to the Arctic Circle, the days have extremes of heat, cold, and light, winter, summer. In the winter up there, the days are, in the sense of sun or light, are relatively short. Anyway, they're adapted to extreme cold, and their white fur provides camouflage in snowy environments. Now, Newfoundland's combination of forest, marshes, rugged coastlines, and rich marine environments creates a diverse ecosystem that supports a wide variety of animal life. Many of these animals also have cultural and historical significance, contributing to the province's unique identity. Maybe someday I'll get there. I'm 75, and I can't say I have a bucket list or one that I've identified as a bucket list, but there's a lot of nice places to go. And, it's pretty cool. Now, I did a video yesterday. I got a Action 5 DJI, kind of a sport camera where you can take it, you can put it on a stick and whatever. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, but it's really not that exciting. This was kind of an experiment with the camera. But right next to us, and in this whole area, we have forests with pine trees, and they're really technically untouched land, meaning no one's gone in, no one's started clearing it for homes. And I've seen bears to the east, and it's a 5-acre land. Now, yesterday, I said, and this was kind of stupid. I said, I'm going to go in there with this camera, and I'm going to see, because I've seen these bears come down. We have an alley on the east side of the home. I've watched them go all the way into the back and turn left and go into that large forested piece of land, which I guess someone probably owns, but it's not ours. So I said, I shouldn't be going on anybody else's land. The bears that are here are not technically dangerous. They're not like grizzly bears in Colorado, like I was showing you. But when I went in, I'm taking pictures as I'm going, and I know I'm saying they can hear me thinking. So I went in a pretty good distance, and unfortunately, I didn't find any. But 9 out of 10, if there were any there, they said, this jerk, Jim, thinks we're not going to kind of like hide from him, especially if they have family, cubs. And again, I can't get into the mating or whatever, but I know I was taking a chance, and I didn't take bear spray. Now, if I was hiking in the Rockies, like we spoke about, those are some higher level, I'm going to get you bears. and you got to protect yourself. And I know they would say play dead, but bear spray is probably the only way. If they find you or see you, they will probably come after you. And you can't say, "Hey, I'm a good person, and I'm not going to hurt you." They're going to go, "I don't care." So, I think the moral of the story, when I was hiking in the Rockies, we never saw one, thank goodness. And we were probably, and this was back in 1989, we probably didn't even know what we were or could have come upon that wouldn't have been very happy with us. But we had a wonderful day hiking. Well, we had multiple days hiking. And it's just as beautiful. So, anyway, I really appreciate you being here today. I will be doing another one this afternoon. I'm pretty much on the routine of, doing vertical live. I enjoy it. And I appreciate you being here. And you've helped me so much. And I just always want to do things that you enjoy. And don't ever feel, if you want to comment on anything I do and say, "Hey, Jim, what can you do this?" I mean, the neatest thing is when you do full-time content creation. I'm also a generating company. But, you say, "Yeah, please tell me what you want." I don't reuse content, although I'm looking a little bit at that, and it suggested sometimes that, if you have like a 20-minute presentation, and most of the people only stay around for not too long, they've only seen the very beginning. So if you say, "Well, I'm going to take the last 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever," it's probably that no one's seen it anyway, except me. So, just wanted to be honest on that. I'm not one to either take somebody else's content and change a couple things. I've had quite a few, "Hey, Jim, your channel from the point of view of search and being, how would you say, on the tip of everybody's tongue," they say, "Oh man, this is wrong, that's wrong, the search wrong, your tags are wrong, your thumbnails are terrible. Send me a lot of money and I'll fix them up for you." And I don't want anybody to do and fix my channel. I'm working on fixing it. Now, I have used one that's called vidIQ. And they're a good service, and they do help with suggested thumbnails, and they rate your thumbnails. Like this one is 75%, this one's 90%. So you can use that where I'm not taking anything from another content creator. I'm just taking a suggestion and, editing this to be better for you. And, logically, what's better for you is better for me. So anyway, thank you for being here. And, by the way, on that trip into the woods yesterday, which, yes, I didn't see any bears, I did find Noah's Ark. I'm only kidding, but I found a wooden, and boy, you would love to know what. I found a wooden boat that was upside down, looked old as hell. It just didn't make any sense why it was there, who put it there. This is not where there was there were lakes right next to me, and the lakes dried up, and now no. So I don't even get it. I found some beer cans. Thank you for polluting our wonderful land. I also found a chair, not at the same place that I found Noah's Ark. And I'm like, why would anybody put a chair out here? Didn't fall from heaven. And although it's a nice place to be, I don't know if I'd go and be able to spend too much time out there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it today, and thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you this afternoon. Thank you.